All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Leonard Ellerbe in the lightweight division. Obviously, the Rolly Romero fight, man, and those guys hinting that Undisputed might be available for Gervonta Tank Davis next. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. We are in the lightweight division, have a good fight. Well, I don't know. Is it a good fight, big fight, whatever? It's a fight we're going to watch coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend. I do believe the date is like the 28th, 27th, 28th of May between Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. Leonard Ellerbe, the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, was interviewed about the fight and about Gervonta Davis re-signing with them, and in the midst of that let out some pretty interesting information. We'll go over that, but before I do, I want to welcome you back to the channel. If you're a longtime subscriber, supporter to the channel, thank you so much for your support. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we do videos, when we release videos, which we do pretty much every day, and live streams as well. So there's always a really good opportunity to talk boxing, whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me. Now, let's get into this. Gervonta Tank Davis is the WBA regular champion at lightweight, and he has a mandatory title defense against Rolly Romero coming up very soon. They had the public workout for Rolly Romero yesterday, and Leonard Ellerbe was at the workout and was questioned by the media about Gervonta Tank Davis. And man, I'm telling you, he gave a lot of really good jewels of information there. Really do like Leonard Ellerbe a lot. Think that he, as far as, you know, being people in boxing, telling you and what they have to tell you, especially promoters, because he's the CEO of Mayweather Promotions. That man is dead straight honest, man. Let you know what the deal is pretty much all of the time. If he doesn't tell you exactly what the information that you want to know, the information that he does give you is truthful. And that's all I think you can expect from somebody in his position. It's not going to give you all the inside information, right? But when he tells you something, for the most part with Leonard Ellerbe, you can take that to the bank. Now, he was asked, you know, what's going on with Gervonta Tank Davis and re-signing with Mayweather Promotions after this fight is over. And he said that he refused to talk about it, but then gave a long talk about the relationship between Floyd Mayweather Jr., Gervonta Tank Davis, and then said something in the middle of it that was like, look, man, things have changed as it relates to some of these big fights, specifically Devin Haney. He said, now look, now that if he gets Undisputed and he has all those belts and all that hardware, that situation is different than it was before, where these guys that you were talking about Gervonta Davis fighting in the past had not sold out arenas. They did not have anything that would make the fight a big fight, right? Because that's a lot of the criticism that Gervonta Davis gets, is that he's not taking or fighting big fights. Now, in defense of Gervonta Davis, I say, and I do maintain, yeah, that's true of the big fights. The fights that you would like to see, let me phrase it that way. The fights that the people we would like to see him fight, he's not fought the fighters that we would like to see him fight. However, at the very same time, that's true of all of the other fighters that we would like to see fight him or like to see fight each other. Gervonta Davis has not fought Ryan Garcia, but let's talk about who Ryan Garcia has not fought, right? Ryan Garcia has not fought Devin Haney. He's not fought Lomachenko. He didn't fight Teofimo Lopez. He hasn't fought George Kambosos. He hasn't fought any of those guys. The only person that Lomachenko has fought out of those guys is Teofimo Lopez, but he did not fight Devin Haney. He has not fought Gervonta Davis. He's not fought Michelle Rivera. He's not fought Ryan Garcia or Isaac Cruz, right? And actually, when you look at the people who were at lightweight, the only guy that I could tell you that probably has had fought two of them was Gervonta Davis in fighting Isaac Cruz and fighting before people knew that Isaac Cruz was a big deal. Having fought Isaac Cruz and having fought Jose Pedraza, who was at 130 at the time that he fought him, but moved up and got a championship belt at 130, right? So I think it's just across the board, guys in that lightweight division haven't fought each other. But Leonard Ellerbe is now saying, look, man, things have changed with Devin Haney, where Devin Haney was getting really big paychecks and getting a big bag as a result of something that his father did negotiating with Eddie Hearn, but despite having made that money, he wasn't fighting him would not have done anything different than the guys that Gervonta Davis was already fighting, because he was selling out arenas with them, and with Devin Haney, he would have still sold out an arena, but it wouldn't have been much of a difference. All it would have done is it made it harder to make the fight because of how much money Devin Haney makes. But now he was saying, and he was very clear, and he's like, now things have changed if Devin Haney gets that fight again, if he's able to beat George Kambosos, because now you've got all the belts on the line. Undisputed is something that has been more of a focal point than it has been in the past, with Jermell Charlo just getting undisputed. Devin Haney has an opportunity to be undisputed. Josh Taylor is undisputed. I think I did say Jermell Charlo having just got his undisputed. That's a big. Canelo Alvarez at 168 being undisputed. That may be something now for Gervonta Davis. It is something that they would go out there and be willing to do. Now, honestly, that would be their best option to do that, is to make sure that they try to do that for Gervonta Davis, and because otherwise, man, somebody else is going to try to do it. If Gervonta Davis it does not re-sign with them. Now, I doubt very much that Gervonta Davis is going to leave Al Haymon. It may be, a case of too little, too late. Do not know, because that may be something that Gervonta Davis says, well, look, man, I can still get those fights just with having Al Haymon negotiated, and I really don't need to cut you guys in on that. But there was a certain listening to Leonard Ellerbe, there was a certain amount of energy in his voice around it, and extra irritation around that subject. He seemed agitated about it, and quite honestly, man, he seemed very defensive about it. So I think that this is something that is really on his radar, and something he's going to have to really try to figure out a way to keep this guy, because if he can't keep him, man, I don't care what that's a big hit to Mayweather Promotions, because Mayweather Promotions doesn't really have anybody else. Now, Rolly Romero is there, but even if Rolly Romero beats Gervonta Davis, I mean, that's not going to really help Mayweather Promotions, but for maybe another fight until somebody else comes along and beats Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero's just not that skilled, that top level of fighter, man. So, I think these guys are going to try to make a push if Gervonta Davis, wins the fight, to say, look, Gervonta, re-sign with us, for a couple fight deal. We promise we're going to go get the undisputed fight for you. We'll get that fight made, and it'll be a huge fight. You'll make a lot of more money, all that good stuff. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.